Fuck. Um. Damn it. Oh, here, let's see what the other dreams look like. Or one of them. What's the other option? Arc was one, and the other was Seal, oh yeah. Anyway. Thanks, game. Yeah, load. Body's exhausted, blah 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 blah. Skippy. Maybe it's Arc. I hear a voice by me, or blah blah blah. I came all the way here to see you, and you're just lying there. My body falls back to the bed. Blood wells back my individual something wrong. Goodness, Shake, you shouldn't overexert yourself. Here, let me heal you. What a convenient situation. Her well-shaped, soft-looking bosom, her delicately curved, embraceable hips. She's not human. Don't worry, Shiggy, I'll take good care of you, blah blah blah. Skip. Skip it. Yeah, dream, weird, whatever, and this will probably change the relation with Akia. Gotta change. A lot of things going on in the morning. She thinks he has a fever. He's just very aroused. And okay, things continue as usual. Wait. Before then... Fucking saved. Fucking skipped. Yeah, whatever. The cool thing is, and people may or may not think this is cool, but I think Tsukihime is programmed in such a way that you're forced to do Arcwood's route the first time. So it really doesn't matter what choices I pick here. You're going to see Arc's route anyway. And then all the other character routes are unlocked after that. So that's why I really don't give a fuck about what I'm choosing here. I just want to read about vampires. Hello? What's all this romance and stuff doing here? I actually just wanted to know the history to Melty Blood, but... it takes so long. There's Arc. Saved. Skippy. Nissan. So you did get it. So who came? I know, it was your sister, right? Not Akia. What kind of guy do you think I am? I'm not crazy to do that to a sister. If it wasn't your sister, then was it the maids at the mansion? Arkward looks up at me, full of amusement. She's acting like the Arkward from last night's dream. It doesn't concern you, so leave me alone. Some different text. She's as mischievous as last night's dream. I bury my face in my hands. Hey, Shiki, don't be quiet. Don't be quiet. Tell me. I can't. God. You. I hesitantly let it out in a quiet voice. Eh? What about me? Don't make me say it again. I've seen it was you who came. I shout angrily as I look away. Akud's eyes widen in surprise. Bad end. Or, game freeze? Game freeze. This is programmed as well as a Bethesda game. Heyo. Close. Die. Reload. I just want to get to the end of the chapter. Please. Start. Resume. Yes. Yes. Every time the music stops, I'm worried that the game is crashing again. What do you mean by last night? That's strange. I know I sent you a dream familiar. Wait, what's that dream familiar thing? It's like a familiar that lets you see a dream about what you desire the most. You're a male, so I sent you a succubus. Wasn't it a good dream? A good dream? Well, blah 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 blah. That was your doing! Don't crash. Don't crash. Maybe I should play this in compatibility mode. Probably not. You came in. There's no way I can finish. Aha! Now Ark looks away from me, looking very uncomfortable. Neither of us know what to say. The uncomfortable silence continues. I can't bear the silence any longer and force out that cough. In the first place, why did you send me that dream familiar thing? Okay, we've been through this. I thought you'd be extremely happy. Hey, hold on, where are you going? It has nothing to do with you. Don't follow me. Is she really that angry? Arcuator walks away without even turning around. Where does she plan on going, anyway? Maybe I did say too much. Rather, what the results were or the methods used, she really thanked me with good intentions. I start to feel intense regret and think that maybe I should have just accepted her gift happily. Damn it. Why is it that I just can't leave Arcuit alone? Hey, I said wait! Surrounded by the night, Arcuit walks down the street. She looks straight ahead, her white figure with the golden hair fluttering. Bears a horrible resemblance to the first time that I saw her. No, or perhaps it's like the first time she faced off with Nero. For some reason I have a bad feeling about this. Hey, Arcuit! Arcuit continues to walk without turning around. I want to talk to you! You can at least tell me what you're going to do. Of course, Arcuit continues walking without turning around. It'd be miserable if I left it like this. I said to follow her silently for now. The footsteps echo through the night air, and then Arcuit suddenly stops and turns around. Don't follow me. Don't you understand it's troubling for an older person like you to follow me around? So, tell me what you're going to do and I'll go back. It doesn't concern you, so leave me alone. Arcuit strides off once more. Crap. Seems like our wordless wandering is going to continue. When we approach the main street, Arcuit freezes. Found it. Huh? Her voice is cold, like a totally different person's. A chill runs down my spine. Even from behind, I can feel the hostility manifesting itself in her. Arcuit, what are you? I can't even finish. It's clear what she intends to do without saying anything. Without a doubt, there's nothing but the pure, unadulterated intent to kill. Hey, what are you thinking? Arcuit doesn't answer. Her eyes are fixed solely on a man in a business suit walking by. Shiki, take off your glasses and look at that person. That person? You mean that businessman? Hurry. If you want to know what I'm doing, then leave the questions for later. Alright. I don't like to look while in town, but... I take off my glasses. Ah! Instantly a light headache springs forth. In exchange for the pain, I can see lines running all over the walls and the ground. Another question, Shiki. You only see points on living things, right? Eh? Yeah, that seems to be true. Things like buildings only have lines. I saw them back during that time in the hotel, by the cause of a headache that almost caused me to pass out. Right, since you are a living being, you can't comprehend the death of inanimate objects. So in order to see the death of inanimate objects, you must first connect to a circuit of the same orientation as them. To see, you have to comprehend them first. Then another question. Shiki, how does that person look to you? It'll just be the same as always. Without thinking, I step backwards. What is that? Certainly all humans have lines on them, but they only have countable amounts, and they also look like they look like geometric patterns. But what is that? There are lines running all through him. Those lines are all over him like blood vessels, so much that I can't even make out his appearance. Ugh! I want to puke. Those black lines, scribbles making a human shape. Everywhere throughout it, I can see black points that look like they're flowing blood. Shiki, how does it look? I was hoping it would look normal to you. I can't answer. Right now, it takes all my strength just not to vomit. I see. How unfortunate that you can even see death on that thing. Yeah, it's not normal, but I can still see the lines. I knew it. You can even kill the dead. The fact that they don't have any life has no meaning for you. Something that moves, something that breaks, you can stop it completely without exception. You're more of a monster, Shiki. Eh? As you saw, you can't call that thing human anymore. It's a vampire that deceives death by sucking the blood of other people. Arkwood quickens her steps. She walks straight towards the man. Hey, Arkwood. Stay there, Shiki. Did that young man realize Arkwood was there? He starts running towards the back alley. Arkwood strides silently. Underneath the moonlight, she disappears into that alley. Thump. The sound of my heartbeat is awfully close. It's not even real late at night. Either I'm in the midst of a bustling shopping district, I can't sense anyone besides myself. Thump. My glasses. I have to put on my glasses. If I don't do that, I'll see terrible things. I'll see something so terrible that everything I've seen so far would be nothing in comparison to it. Thump. But my body won't move. My eyes that can see this patchwork world looks towards that alley in fascination. Damn it! You didn't. You did! Ah. Well, fuck. This is going to take a long time to get through. Fuck me. It doesn't even have a fast skip feature. Suddenly, sounds vanish. And the presence of other people, the sound of the wind, the smell of the dirt. All of it freezes. Under the frozen moon, a bizarre noise sounds from the other side of the wall. Go. No way I can see it. I can't hear anything. A sickening sound. But I can see it. My eyes definitely see the sound of death, and death crashing. Ugh. My vision turns crimson. Why do my eyes see death? Something that shouldn't be able to be seen. My glasses. I have to put on my glasses or I'll go insane. I hold back the rising gorge in my mouth and use my shaking hand to put on my glasses. Sound and light return. Now that I'm calm, I glance around to see nothing out of the ordinary in the shopping district. The bustling of many people passing by. The brightness of a store's decorated show window and the sound of rushing car engines. I'm panting excessively. I can hardly breathe. Either I put my glasses back on, I can still feel a lingering remnant of that death, and it makes me sick. Arkwood? Arkwood walks out from the alley with faltering steps, breathing even harder than I am. Shiki, I see you were still here. Shoulders hewing up and down, she passes by me. Her body sways back and forth, and she walks weakly, as if she was sick. To be honest, I still feel nauseous. But seeing Arkwood in pain like that makes me bear it. Wait, what in the world? I'm fine, just a little tired, so don't worry. It really doesn't concern you, Shiki. Idiot, if you're tired, then rest. With such a pale face, you can't be fine. Even as I breathe shallowly for air, I grab Arcuate's arm. Hey now, you say that, but you look like you'll collapse too. It's just my anemia. You have time to worry about me, worry about your health. It's fine. There's no point in worrying about it anyway. Her breathing really is weak. Don't tell me that wound from that time. It hasn't healed? But I can't bring myself to finish. It's because she caught it saving me. She doesn't answer and looks down. That's an affirmation rather than disagreement. What are you doing in your condition? You have to take it easy until you're fully healed. I do think I'm taking it easy. No, you're not. Even if you are at a level beyond humans, what in the world were you doing earlier in your condition? I just can't leave her be. I knew it. I just can't leave this person who's always getting into trouble alone. Don't be silent. Answer me. Until you tell me, I won't go away. I grasp both of her shoulders. Still looking down, she gives a slight nod. Jeez, you really are persistent. Fine, let's go somewhere else to talk. Releasing herself, she waveringly starts to walk away. We come to the park. As if walking restored her strength, her face looks as cheerful as always. Well, as you wish, Shiki. I'll talk about whatever you want. I don't know where her previous weakness went, but she looks really haughty all of a sudden. Then I'll ask, but just what was that guy earlier? You said he was a vampire. Was he what you were after? No, he certainly is part of my target, but putting the dead back into the grave isn't my goal. I only got him because he was a minion of my enemy. If I left him alone, he would kill more people than to increase his power. Arcuate. Could you explain it so I can understand? I don't even know if that guy was even human or not. Oh, I guess I never really did explain to you in any detail about vampires. Nero was sort of an aberration amongst the vampire race, so I really didn't need to explain it at that time. Huh? What is a normal vampire, then? Don't tell me they sparkle. What I mean is that you all think of vampires. What I mean is what you all think of vampires. Immortal, never aging, sucking human blood, turning that here into a vampire, being destroyed by sunlight, all of that. My enemy is that old type of vampire. So you mean this enemy of yours is the one behind all the recent serial killings? I suppose. But the killing of all those people by sucking their blood might be the work of the dead, like you saw earlier. Shiki, you remember how Nero's body was made of all those familiars, right? Yeah, that's not exactly something I can easily forget. The dead are like that. When humans have their blood sucked by a vampire, they can also receive some of the vampire's blood. They die, but remain in this world as a servant of the vampire. They are called the dead, and they are like the vampire's familiars. Maybe it's easier to understand if I use the word zombie. Another fucking zombie game. It's closer to the voodoo belief in Haiti, where the white serpent god Dambala is invoked to control a dead body, but let's just say a dead body that moves is a zombie, okay? Yeah, I can visualize it better that way. I get it, so that man was killed by a vampire who uses him as a zombie? I believe they're called ghouls. Yes, yes. Arcuate nods happily. I'm still confused though. Why would a vampire do that? Killing people, not letting them die, but controlling them. What bad taste. You're right, those vampires do have bad taste. But that's something only the dead apostles do. Those that were always vampires from the very beginning do not do such things. Huh? Always vampires from the very beginning? I remember, you said there's two types of vampires. Those who were vampires originally, and those who were humans. When I heard that before, it kind of stuck in my head. I thought it was a little odd. So what exactly do you mean by those who weren't originally vampires? Simple. I'm just saying that dead apostles used to be humans. They either gained immortality through magic, or became servants of the true ancestors that sucked their blood. Shiki, you said it was bad taste to use killed humans, but that's just the least of it. There are other vampires who think up worse games. A game? What is that? You guys kill for fun and use their dead bodies as toys? I won't deny that. For vampires, amusement is the same as breathing. For those who were once human but gained imperfect immortality, their greatest enemy is boredom. They didn't have a reason to become immortal to start with, so once they gained immortality, they lost all kinds of greed. Their goal is immortality itself, so I guess that's just the way things are. They're bored, so they want to play? Don't be ridiculous. Isn't it enough that they won't age or die? Do they really need anything else? That's what I said. They got everything they wanted. After that, there is no meaning to existence. As soon as someone realizes they have no value, that their life is stopped, then their meaning of existence disappears too. Immortality is another word for death. So they started to wear it down, and they started to create their own amusement, as if to tell themselves they could have fun as long as they lived. That's their beginning. They copy humans and see themselves in a game as lords of a castle, expanding their territory. I guess you could call it a country of the dead. It seems they got more enjoyment out of that than they expected. She speaks as if she was talking of other people. Arcwood should be one of those, but she certainly doesn't seem like she has that sort of hobby. Well, we'll change the topic, but the dead apostles were originally human. There are a few cases where they became vampires through their own magical research, but the majority of them were humans who had their blood sucked. They are immortal, but they can't last forever. They can only be immortal if they drink the blood of others. Didn't I say that their immortality was imperfect? If they can't feed on humans, then their immortality is gone. Wait a minute, isn't that odd? To become immortal, they drink the blood of humans, but doesn't that mean new dead apostles will be born every time they do that? That's true, but things get complex from here. The people who have their blood sucked die. But at that time, if the dead apostles place a little of their blood inside the corpse, the body cannot die. Those bodies that were unable to die stay a number of years in the grave, and then the brain decays and the soul is fixated in the body. They become a flesh-eating corpse, a ghoul. Only 1 out of every 100 people have this potential, so not everyone gets to stay. Well, there are those that have a natural ability to step up this progress and become a vampire immediately, but this is so rare it's out of the question. So, the dead bodies that became ghouls eat the flesh of other corpses in order to sustain their decayed body parts. After restoring their bodies fully, they can become zombies, members of the class of living corpses, the living dead. Huh. So these living dead, is that the dead from before? Not at all. The dead are just puppets. The living dead are much weaker than the dead, but they are members of the vampire race with a will of their own. They are on a different level than those manipulated dead. And after many years, once the living dead is able to restore its intelligence, it becomes a vampire. That's probably only about 1 out of every 10,000 who have this ability. I said it before, but the more potential you have, the higher the success rate to stay. We call the dead apostles the ones that make all these kinds of vampires. That's still odd. If this game goes on, then won't the world be overflowing with vampires eventually? Not necessarily. The dead apostles usually get killed by the new vampires they created. Didn't I say it before? They act like humans. For their own enjoyment, they place their own blood inside the humans they preyed upon. 1 out of tens of thousands of these corpses become vampires, eventually kill their parent vampires, becoming the new dead apostle themselves. Like knights becoming lords through strength of arms and killing the king, they can only survive by playing those sorts of games. Yeah, I don't really understand why, but I guess that stops them from dying of boredom. The whims of an existence close to a devil, I suppose. Even if they are immortal, if They can't hold on to their meaning for existence. It's an empty immortality. Arkwood remarks how silly it is as she slumps to her shoulders. I see. Then that dead you killed earlier, that was something like a soldier of the dead apostles. Not so much a soldier as a puppet. The dead apostles control the dead bodies by skipping the process of becoming a vampire. The dead are completely connected to their vampire parent. In order for them to survive, they attack others to eat their flesh, but more than half of that energy goes to their master. Like a queen bee, nourished by the worker bees, the dead apostles can use the dead to increase their own power while they sleep. My enemy can't be found easily because he's using a lot of the dead. He only dirties his hands once. After that, he simply controls the dead while he sleeps and expands his territory. They say many bodies are found in the recent supposed serial killings, but those are actually just failures. To tell you the truth, there are over 100 victims in this city, but only a small amount, the ones discovered, are the victims in the news. What? Over 100? There are that many that had their blood sucked? And all those people suck the blood of others to make them into monsters like themselves, like that wandering, lifeless thing earlier. That's ridiculous. 3 days ago, I remember how all those people in the hotel were killed for no reason. I was there, but I didn't see it, so I can only visualize and can't really tell what kind of violence it was. It's still the same. I can't fathom the existence of vampires that suck human blood, just increase their own territory. Just without reason, without even recognition. If someone close to me died like that, how would I act? I don't want to imagine it, but for a brief instant, I imagine Akira being drained of blood and discarded like trash. What makes me mad is that this worst case scenario could happen at any minute in this town, and I didn't even have a clue about it before. I knew you would be angry, Shiki. I didn't want to talk about it because for the prey, for you guys, this is an inexcusable evil. For people like you, the actions of the vampires are inexcusable. That's right. That's just also ridiculous. Even if it's people I don't know about, they have their pasts and even the dreams they hope for. Even I don't want to be killed just for the fun of it. That's just too regretful. It's too meaningless. It's just so regretful, isn't it? Weird translation. That's right. All those people were killed by Nero in the midst of fear and chaos. Were their last thoughts full of regret and sadness? That night at the park, that girl who was killed by Nero when she passed by the park by sheer coincidence. She didn't even realize when she died. That meaninglessness. The abruptness of its ending. A death no one else even knows about. When it happened, I was broken apart by the complete irrationality of it all. My fear of Nero disappeared, and more than anything else, I hated him. I can't accept it. No matter what the reason, I can't accept it. I grit my teeth. Shiki, there is no reason. For them, it's just a game. That's why it's ridiculous. It's just a game to you all? Nero and this other guy? What do they think human life is? They come up with such games because they think it's nothing. Even I can't understand how they think, nor do I intend to. But, if you ask who is at fault here, it's the weaker one, right? In the end, those that are killed are at fault. It's all the will of nature that those who are unable to protect themselves are killed. What? But Shiki, if you talk about it that way, your human species is really strong. The ability to make up for their weakness as a species with other things, that makes them the strongest in a way. Probably the only ones that can kill the greatest creature called the greatest creature called the world are you humans. But even though they are strong as a species, they are weak as individuals. They can't live without sacrificing the lives of those not their race, which is the ultimate evil, is it not? It doesn't matter if they have intelligence or not. For you guys, everything is fair game for food, is it not? So, the ones doing the killings are always right. If there's a sin, then it is you guys not being able to protect yourself under that rule. That's just the argument of the strong. Human nature, Jack! Humans aren't as strong like you all. because we can't protect ourselves fully, that's why we have to live together, to help each other. I don't know what to do if somebody like you guys came in and... That's true. That is your defense mechanism. Since you can't protect yourself from those kinds of species enter your group, you guys make rules to ensure that they are unable to enter. Yes, it's just like you say, Shiki. So usually, this town's case doesn't happen. I mean, but your human race is really strong. You've activated a defense mechanism against those races which far exceed yours. If it was functioning properly, this city would not have had a vampire these last 8 years. Defense mechanism? Yes. The reason vampires hide the bodies of the victims and stay out of sight isn't because they don't want to be known to humans. To protect their own lives, they conceal their identity and expand their territory. They don't want it to be known that vampires exist at all. If they moved freely about, the defense mechanism would arrive. Well, they probably haven't arrived, even though that modern-day vampire news is going on because... No, they probably haven't arrived, even though that modern-day vampire news is going on, because this is an atheist country. Huh? Her word choice is too unique, and I can't really grasp what she's saying. But you can relax, Shiki. Even if their avowed enemies are not in this country, I'm here right now. Didn't I say earlier my purpose was to execute vampires? I don't know where that heavy atmosphere went because Arcwood instantly becomes cheerful. Yeah, I remember. But you're a vampire too, right? Why do you side with us humans? I'm not really siding with you humans. I'm doing it because I don't have anything else to do. Huh? She doesn't have anything else to do? I still don't understand her. Well, doing that does bring the dead apostles after me. But you beat Nero who was pursuing me, didn't you, Shiki? So now I can go back to the original plan and defeat my enemy. You can go back to living your normal life now, and you don't have to associate with me anymore. She smiles as if she's happy about something. Yeah. That makes me happy, but are you okay by yourself? Those words float in the back of my head. There's something wrong with me. Feeling guilty about letting her face danger all by herself. There really has to be something wrong with me. Shiki? Why are you making that troubled face again? Because I'm troubled. This is something that involves the city I live in. I said you shouldn't worry. In 2 or 3 days it'll all be over and there won't be any more victims. Yeah, honestly I don't want to be involved. But saying that line, shouldn't I, the one actually living in the city, say that line instead of Arcwood? Arcwood, can I ask a question? This enemy you speak of, is he strong? Well, he should be many times superior to the dead earlier. I haven't met him this time, but he has been latent for 8 years, so maybe he's a class 5 by now. You're saying he's stronger than the dead before. Looking like she was in so much pain from fighting just him, isn't she taking him a little lightly? Class 5? I don't get it, but does that mean he's stronger than Nero? Not a chance. Nero was special. He was a pure, supreme vampire that would be difficult to defeat even with my full power. Compared to him, this enemy is pretty weak. Oh, then there's no way you'll be defeated. I breathed out in relief. Who knows? A few days earlier and he wouldn't be a problem, but now I'm just recovering. The possibility that he has more power is actually high. Recovering? Are you sick or something, Arcwood? Yeah, I still have the effects from when you killed me. I don't think I'll be fine for at least a few more days. Oh, that's right. The reason why Arcwood is weak. It isn't anyone's fault but mine. Arcwood lightly touches her side. It seems the wounds don't heal like usual. I can manage the outside, but I can't seem to heal the inside. That wound as well. and what she received to save me. Ugh, I'm at a loss for words. It's completely my fault she's in that position. So why? Why doesn't she hold it against me? Why does she just give me that innocent smile? You need to stop. Until you heal up, you should just rest. If you take a day or two off, things won't be that bad, so... That's no good. Thanks to Nero coming, the enemy knows I'm here. If I rest, that's like telling him I'm weakened. So you're saying you're going to keep on going like this? Yes. Since I don't know where the enemy's lair is, I have to keep destroying his blood supply. If I cut that off, I will force him to come out. Arcuid? What if that's tomorrow? Wouldn't you be killed instead? Then... I want to tell her to stop, but I halt mid-sentence. Like Arcuid says, if the enemy sees that weakness, Arcuid might be killed anyway. More than anything else I learned from the past 4 days. Arcuid isn't someone to stop halfway once she's decided to do something, no matter how much it hurts. Damn. Arcuid won't stop. If I leave her alone, she probably won't even be able to talk like this anymore. It makes me mad, but she's not even afraid of her own death. Is that so? Why does she smile at me like that? If she doesn't smile like that, if she acted more like a real vampire, I wouldn't have to feel like this. What's wrong, Shiki? Your body is shaking. Do you need to go to the bathroom? Why are you so relaxed? Damn it. I don't want to lose her. I don't know what this feeling is, but these past 4 days are not something I can just forget about. So to part here with the possibility she might die tomorrow, the regret would be completely, utterly, unbearably difficult. Give me a break. My eyes are already broken, but my heart's going to break as well. Arcuid is a vampire, and I don't want to be involved in something like that again. I remember the fight with Nero. Just thinking about it sends chills down my spine. The fear of being one step away from death still remains. This is the same. Definitely, the opponent this time isn't normal. There's really no need for me to be involved. Since Arcuid is saying she'll handle it, and I can rely on her. But even knowing all of that, I just can't leave her alone. Damn, what the hell is wrong with me? I kick the ground. I'm angry at myself for not accepting my reasoning or excuses. What? What's wrong, Shiki? Getting so angry like that all of a sudden. Yeah, I'm just angry at my stupidity. Why I want to say this after all that which happened to me. I feel more mad now than I actually say it. Being this stupid, I know if I could see myself in the mirror, I'd break it to pieces. Hey, really, what's wrong, Shiki? You're not acting normal. Yeah, I'm not. If I was acting normal, I really wouldn't say this. I spit. Patooey. I really don't want to admit it, but it's already a done deal. Because my mouth has already confirmed it for me. Oh, I just can't understand it, Shiki. What is it? You keep saying you're going to say something, but what is it? Stupid? Isn't it obvious? Until your body heals, I'll help you. That's what the stupid fool Tono Shiki wants to say. Eh? Arcuid looks at me in total surprise. As for me finally saying it, kind of calms me down. Shiki, is that for real? I groan. I didn't hear it. Please, can you say it again? I groan more. No matter how much I regret it, it's done. The instant I form my feelings into words, I can't lie to myself any longer. Hurry, I want to hear those words again. Arcuid asks softly. Looking off in the distance, I try to sound reluctant. I guess it can't be helped. It's my fault that you're weakened now, and I can't leave the monsters roaming the streets alone either. I can't rely on you taking care of it by yourself, so if you let me, I want to help you. That's what I said. Shiki! Arcuid's eyes are suddenly alight. She grabs my hand and happily shakes it up and down. well, I may not be that helpful, but it has to be better than nothing. Yeah, if you're helping me, there's nothing to be afraid of. She keeps shaking my hand up and down. How do I say this? She really does seem happy. But what do we do now? Do you want to search for more of the dead like before? Yeah, I think that's all we can do for now. The one before was the 12th, so I don't think there's many more. The parent vampire will have to come out once they're all destroyed, so we have to hunt the remaining ones for now. Is that still okay? She asks. Anything is fine. I'm just with you. If you lead, then I'll follow. Well, shall we start again? No, that's good for tonight. They usually follow a fixed route, and the other dead will probably not be out tonight. Since there are fewer number, I don't think he'll let them all come out at once. Oh, really? But doesn't that mean this enemy will try to hide the dead from you, Arkwood? Basically. But since this enemy is a vampire, he needs to steal the blood and energy of others. So, even though he knows I'm searching for them, he has to send the dead out to get the minimal blood he needs. Then, the minimal dead he sent out was that man from before, huh? So, searching further tonight will be useless, I think. Well, I don't mind. But it is tedious, though. Yeah, hunting vampires is tedious work. I have to find the coffin of this enemy somewhere in the city, so it won't be easy. Arkwood lets go of my hand and jumps back softly. Arkwood? Let's say goodbye for tonight. We'll meet tomorrow. With her dance-like steps, she watches me as she gets further away. Tomorrow? Wait, where should we meet? Here's fine. The time... around 10 o'clock should be fine. With a smile, she makes that promise. Good night, Shiki. I'll see you here tomorrow. And, waving her hand, Arkwood disappears. Don't you crash on me. I get back to the mansion. As it is very late, the mansion is completely dark. This can't be good. I put my hand on the mansion gate. Ka-chang! A sturdy chain holds it closed. Dang. I shouldn't have cut this. I think a bit, then decide to climb over the gate. I'm exhausted. After sneaking over the wall like a thief, I quietly make my way to the doorway. The gate was locked, but the door isn't. Must have been Hisui. I give a sigh of thanks. So as not to wake Akiya, Kohaku-san, or Hisui, I sneak my way through the mansion. Whew. Letting out a breath, I lay down on my bed. My promise to Arkwood. Maybe it's fate, but you've got yourself tangled up in trouble again, Tonoshiki. Could I help it? I just can't leave her alone. Or maybe I didn't want to leave her alone. Well, I do think she's pretty. I don't understand my feelings right now. Right now I'm not too sure what is right and what is wrong. At any rate, it looks like I'll be helping Arkwood once again, starting tomorrow. So for now, I shouldn't think of anything else but getting a good night's sleep. Yay! And because I'm starting to not be able to talk anymore, I'm going to stop this here. But oh man, I actually made some plot progress. Holy hell, what the fuck? And maybe it won't be a year before I continue this again. I want to do this like weekly. And then maybe continue to upload them to that YouTube thing because, well, I don't know, it had like 50 views. But anywho, that was chapter 6 of Tsukihime.